Hi, this is Team 22, and this is our DP1 presentation. My name is Bo Wei Liu.
I am Yiran Yu.
My name is Mulin Wang. For our DP1 presentation, there are 5 sections. The first one is project planning, and the second one is project management. The third one is identification of customer needs, and the next one is target specification, while the last one is economy analysis. So for the first section, which is the project planning section, the team is trying to make a product that serves as an educational tool for teaching high school students. So the primary market is identified as high school students and teachers. In this section, our team mainly discussed about the choices of our power supply. The first proposal is using spring system to provide power, and the second one is just using the Arduino to control a fan to provide power. After consideration, our team decided to choose the Arduino to control the fan as our final option because the input is relatively more stable and accurate. Also, we identify our customer. We also identify competitive strategy to be customer focused, and further information are summarized in the mission statement table. As you can see, this is a mission statement table. Besides the primary market, we also identify the secondary markets to be parents who want their children to develop basic knowledge of physics and engineering. Also, we made the assumption that the product has to be easy to assemble, and it has to be portable, and also it has to be reliable. For stakeholders, the team decided to pick Regina Tech and the entire team members to be the stakeholders. The next section is just project management. In this section, the team discussed about how to schedule the entire project. So we create a Gantt chart to visualize the entire schedule. As you can see, there are 11 tasks, and the project starts at the February 19th and is supposed to finish at May 2nd. So we assign like 4 summaries of tasks, and for each summary of tasks, they're sequential with each other, and for tasks within the summaries, they're assigned to be in parallel. So far we already finished the first 2 sections, which is identification of customer needs and establishment of target specification, and we spend a relatively long time than other tasks because our strategy is based on the customer. And for the third summary of tasks, we assign kind of less time because we want to compress the time so the team will be more efficient and productive. Next, my teammate Yiran Yu gonna introduce the next section.
Alright, so right now we are at identification of customer needs. So in this part, we include 3 major sections. First one is customer statement and teams interpreted need. So in this part, we conducted 6 surveys. We gave them to our potential customers, which includes 3 high school students and 3 high school teachers. In the next part, the energy transmission survey, we get a conclusion from all the surveys we conducted, and we gave a rank about what's more important in our custom needs survey. So here we can see our customer statement and the team's interpreted need. So as an educational project to introduce basic physics concepts and engineering concepts, our potential customers want our project to have user inputs, which with their input, they can change the results of our project. Let's say they can change the code, and they can change the final pass of our ping pong ball. Since this our project is targeted to sell to high school students and high school teachers, our project has to be relatively cheap and easy to assemble because we have to sell a dozen of them, and they should be reliable for a long lifetime. Also, since our customers are mainly high school students and high school teachers, so if anything breaks, it should be easy to repair because most high school students has limited experience in repairing things like this. This is our energy transformation survey. So for all the customer needs, we concluded from all 6 surveys conducted. We found out that the users should be able to change the code to control the fan speed. This is our main selling point. We think this is unique because by comparing to other products on the current market, we found out that most products don't have like customer inputs that can change the results. And even if they have, they're like very easy inputs, like they can have the user to change the ramp or control a gate. But well, our product can have the user to change the Arduino code, which requires a little bit of coding skills to control the fan speed and to actually affect the results. So for this part, establishment of target specifications, we first choose a couple specifications just based on the concept of our product. Then we use the QFD diagram to identify which one is more important. Of course, later on we used competitive benchmarking to compare it with our potential competitors to see what we can improve on our project. Alright, so here are the chosen specifications we established by just looking at our concept, looking at the concept of our project. So we have very conventional ones like weight, volume, and cost. But we also have some specifications that's unique to our project, like the use of Arduino codes and the material stiffness. So for weight and material stiffness, they're going to contribute to the reliability of our project. And for the use of Arduino code and aesthetics, they're going to contribute to like the uniqueness of our project, and they're going to be like our main selling points. Here we can see this is the part, one part of our QFD diagram. So let's focus on this part. We can see we have our technical importance score. This is an absolute number. So we can see just by looking at the score, the product lifetime score is 30, which is the highest score. But if we look closely, we can see we have other aspects scoring 22 and 29, 29, 15, which means in our project there's really no aspects that we can like neglect or consider later. We have to focus like all aspects to make sure our product is successful. So this is the second part of our QFD diagram. It basically gives us the same result as the previous slide. So we can see as the technical priority points, we can see all the aspects scores a very high score. So which means at least in our project, for the 5 target specifications we listed, we have to focus on all of them. Alright, so from the previous QFD diagram, we choose the what we think is the major target specifications, which scored first, second, and third. We have weight, product lifetime, and complexity. So for the weight, we want it to be at least less than 15 kilograms. So for something weighs like less than 15 kilograms, we believe it can be moved for a short distance and by just single person. Ideally, we want to reduce it to less than 10 kilograms so that it can be portable. It can be moved even by a relatively weak high school student. So for the complexity, we don't really have a unit for it. So we just give it a score from 1 to 10, and we kind of just compare it to our benchmarking product. So for the benchmarking part, you're going to see the product we choose to benchmark with has a really high complexity, which is going to affect its cost and affect its reliability. So for our product, we really want to just satisfy our basic requirements. Also, we want to keep the cost low, so we want to keep the complexity relatively low. So for our part, we want to have it, of course, we want to have it like as simple as possible so that it can be easy to assemble and it can be easy to repair. But to satisfy our custom needs, which has to have custom inputs, so we have to give it a complexity to around 5. We want to have it as low as possible, but for now we want to set it to 5.
Here, as you can see, is our benchmarking table. We're able to find 3 products that are already released in the market and compare them with our BRG project. For our BRG project and all the product we compared, we think the cost and ideas that contain are the most important aspects that we concern about to make our product more successful. And here is the most competitive products that we found in the market, which is the Chaos Tower, which described in the previous slide. And our goal is to compete with them. And here, for the economy analysis, you can see here is our material table. For each unit is around $70. So here we have 2 strategies to pricing our product. The first is using the market costing process, and another is the cost add up. The target costing method is relatively convenient for us to analysis the price we want to make. And here's our first scenarios to use the price fixed. We use the markup for around 50% as our profit to cover up we set up the market up 50% as the profit to make it comparing with the variable price to cover up the profit and the fixed cost. So after 286 units were sold, we can reach our break-even point. And when 300 units were sold, we can earn the profit around $486. And here is the graph representation of our model for scenario 1. And this page is talking about the scenario 2 using variable price. We're analyzing our profit, revenue, and cost based on this pricing formula. So because we don't want our price to be way higher than the people that can actually afford it, so we price our maximum price at $110, which is reasonable comparing with the previous really competitive product. As you can see that after 267 units were produced, we were able to reach the break-even point, which gives us a better payback period. And of course, this scenario will provide a maximum profit. So after 2,005 units were sold, we're able to have above $30,000 as our profit. Maximum price at $110, which is reasonable comparing with the previous really competitive product. As you can see that after 267 units were produced, we were able to reach the break-even point, which gives us a better payback period. And of course, this scenario will provide a maximum profit. So after 2,005 units were sold, we're able to have above $30,000 as our profit. And here is our graph representations for our scenario 2. And comparing with 2 profits for both scenarios, if Team 22 were able to produce 492 units per year, which based on the calculation provided in the previous slides, Team 22 we were able to make maximum profit based on the scenario 1. Even the scenario 2 give us a better payback period. In the end, Team 22 already finished the project planning, product management, identifications of customer needs, and the target specifications along with the economic analysis. And the later process will be provided. And the later process will be provided in the DP2 report. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time.